comes Hydroxide with the last-ditch effort, and Hot Rod with...
He blocks, so who likes wins? Oh, they get a return! Get it up in here, and again, they are getting him. No, not. Oh! He's oh, and a big return!
Oh, man. I love these points!
Good evening, North American Tribes League fans. Welcome to another edition of the NATL Season 3 Pro League match. Tonight we have kOut going up against Egocentric. My name is Annijeyn, and joining me tonight are my good buddies iSilver and Prism. Gentlemen, how you guys doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good, man. Just ready to watch some tribes and enjoy the Ego kOut match. Should be a great game.
Yeah, doing good, man. So we're doing a bit of a three-man job tonight here for this match for NATL. So I'm going to go ahead and we're about to get ready to start it here. We're going to do Katabatic, Dangerous Crossing, and Arcs Novena. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and run down the rosters here. On kOut, we have iLazy, Little Unho, Shepherd, 985, Pardon, Broccoli, and Angry Pollock. For Egocentric, it's David Bowie, Qualm, Pliff, Inferno, Hootie Shoop, Syntax, and Amor. So we're getting started right here. Map number 1, Katabatic. Pro League is well underway here. We're still in the group stages, though, so all 3 maps will be played tonight. And let's get this party started here. So let's see what's going on.
Immediately, we're going to see Inferno go out and start that route camp, and that's really going to shut down that entire side of the map. And sure enough, Broccoli is actually going to be starting on that side of the map. So it should effectively shut down this offensive push by Team kOut, as Broccoli is going to fade into the line of sight of the sniper.
Yeah, it looks like Inferno already knows he's over there. Yep, I'm watching Inferno. He does see him. He has a good eye on Broccoli, so he is definitely watching him very well. He's taking some shots at him, but he keeps missing, so Broccoli does get his regen. He is going pretty quick. He's up at about 270 right now. Looks like he's going to be trying to do that back to front.
This could spell disaster for Ego if kOut is able to crash this in time, just because that sniper was so far out of position.
I'm going to go ahead and cut you off here. David Bowie is out for Ego with the flag, going back to front. He's in a soldier. He's got 13-12 health, and he's just going just about 150. He's almost made it home. And the flag does get returned, so this looks like it's going to be count number 1 for Ego on the board early. Less than 2 minutes gone, and Ego takes an early lead on Katabatic. So Inferno out here doing his thing, was able to at least warn the defense the capper was coming, so they were unable to get away with it, and that gives Ego the chance to score.
Ego really flexing their double cap muscles there, as far as Katabatic is, been Ego's signature map for so long. This double cap is just going to be so hard for kOut to deal with.
Yep, and I already see Qualm's coming on a route here. It looks like he's also going to be taking that back to front. He's also in a soldier, but he has been spotted. I do see he is taking some snipes. He's down to 5 health, but he's got a lot of speed. He's down low, so he should be able to get his regen without Inferno taking a look at him. Or, excuse me, not Inferno, but the kOut sniper taking a look at him. He is going to be coming back to front. Here comes his regen. He's still going pretty slow, but I do see the force field up, which makes him stop his route here. So Syntax and Qualm are going to clear that force field out of the way, and sure enough, here comes David Bowie. Yep, David Bowie started right after him on that.
There's very good synchronization on there, as David Bowie's going to come in pretty much unmolested. He's going to drop to about half at this point, but moving very quickly across that field, taking some snipes. We're going to see kOut offense try and pose to get Broccoli out here, as he's going to be about 3 out from the back. And is he going to grab this? Hootie not looking... Oh my god!
He did get a grab. The flag is off the stand. It's just out in front of here, just before midfield. It's contested right now by Inferno and Semtex, and it does get returned. iLazy does grab another E-grab before Pliff can get the cap on the board, but he easily gets chained out very quickly, and now there's nothing but blue over here, so Pliff is going to be able to put point number 2 on the board for Ego. Unho, unfortunately, is just unable to make it down here in time for the crash, and he just gets chained out really quickly and reset. So kOut is going to have to put something together here. They're going to need to get a capper across, and just basically what they're probably going to need to do is just focus Inferno so the cappers can get through.
And they're running double cap right now, so I think they need to sync it up a little more and just kind of make that a little more effective, because their double cap, kOut's double cap, is actually really strong. It's something that they've worked on a lot, so it's very powerful. They just need to focus on kind of getting that timing down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you're playing a team like Egocentric, timing is everything because those guys have been playing together for how long now?
I mean, since the beginning of Tribes,
Yeah,
Egocentric's been around forever.
It's been around, so these guys are definitely strong. Looks like kOut is also going to go with a double cap. I see Shepard and Broccoli both coming back to front. Shepard's in a medium, probably running Soldier, yep, and of course Broccoli is in our favorite classic Pathfinder. Shepard is going to get to the stand
David
first.
Bowie is out. He's already on the other side of the map, and moving very fast with that Soldier class. He's going to make it home pretty much uncontested, but it's going to be a matter of if kOut can move this flag, and Lazy actually going to come through the midfield and move that flag. Going to keep it away from Ego for the time being, as he's going to be out of range of the sniper rifle for now. Sniper going to turn around, and he's going to get some shots on Lazy, as Lazy takes a lot of sniper fire and some damage from Amor. And Inferno able to frag out Lazy. Amor going to be right on top of that return, so it's going to be a matter of kOut's offense here, just not able to secure that flag and get it back home in time.
And there was Hoodie Shoops ready for the time return on the flag, waiting for him. The comms of Egocentric must be nice and calm right now. Everyone is talking. Everyone is very synced up on Egocentric and kOut. It's going to have to come through here. I don't think it's a good idea for kOut to be running a double cap right now. They definitely need to focus more on the offense and getting the defense of Egocentric at least out of the way so they can maybe get across midfield with the flag. So they're still going to stick with the double cap, though. I see Broccoli and Shepard are starting to leave now on their routes. They're going different directions this time, so maybe we'll get a little bit of a different result here.
It's worth noting that. Go ahead.
The grab cycle was a very good try. If you guys didn't see that.
I didn't even notice the grab cycle. It
Nope.
must not have been out for very long.
But we're going to see kOut kind of poised to push their second offensive run here, as Unknown's going to crash toward that stand. Broccoli about 10 out, maybe 5 from that tower, and he's dropping incredibly low and going to get fragged out by that Ego defense just very quickly. Actually, he was fragged out by, absolutely, by the Ego defense.
I'm over here on the kOut side of the world, and their defense was able to clean up Ego's offense, so they have a good control of their stand right now. Both generators are down. I see someone going into the base for kOut to get that generator back up. They have been relying on that force field on the stand pretty heavily. With the generator down, of course, it's no good. So both teams looks like they're set up right now. Here comes Ego's offense, so we'll see what's going on. Semtex is coming across midfield, and Moore is not too far behind him.
Hoodie Shoops is capping. Xanther is actually coming in on a front route in about 7 seconds here toward that kOut stand. I guess they felt so unthreatened by kOut's offense that they're going to send their Hoff as a cap route. And Qualm perfectly timed with that, and David Bowie, so they're all going to cross at the same time, and Qualm is actually going to take that flag. Probably the best one to do it as well. He's going to scoot his way across the field there very quickly.
That was a triple cap we saw by Ego there. Hoodie Shoops and David Bowie running interference for Qualm, and looks like it's going to be maybe point number 3. Angry Pollock goes down. Unho is there, but he's not going to get the crash in time, and that is point number 4 for Egocentric. They're running away with map number 1 here. There's a lot of crash for kOut, but unfortunately it's just a little too late, and it gets cleaned up rather easily from suicides and chain fire and all the other nasty stuff that the Ego defense is going to hand to you if you come across the field. So both flags are at home. We have 18 minutes left to go in map number 1 here, and the score is now 4-0. On the kill sides of things, you can definitely see the difference here. Egocentric is Amor himself has 11 kills. Actually, the kill count isn't that high.
The average kill is probably higher on kOut, actually, as kOut does have a lot of fragging power. They are very frag-centric players. But I absolutely think it's just a timing issue that it comes down to. And if they can tighten that up, this is still winnable by kOut. They're not out of this by a long shot.
No, there's still 17.5 minutes left. Plenty of time for them to come back and take map number 1 here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some tryhards from kOut, because they need to sync up. It looks like they are synced up here pretty good now. And Ho is putting some pressure on the stand. He is able to get Hoodie Shoops out of the way, and Broccoli's going to come in over that tower here. He sends a disc down. He is going to get out with the flag. He has 500 health. Oh, he gets conked right as he goes over the generator room, and he drops the flag right there for Amor to get the easy return.
Wow.
Unfortunately, conked by Amor there. That was just...
All of Ego's cappers came through as well, and kOut pretty handily shut them down, and was able to shut down the double cap and the offensive clear, but David Bowie trying to put some lock on that just couldn't get it very far as kOut. That chain gun gonna tear him apart in midfield.
So both teams getting nowhere with their offensive pushes here as we cross the 17-minute mark, coming up on 16.5 minutes left to go. So I see the offense for kOut is starting to push across a little bit. I see iLazy and Unho both in fat suits going up across midfield. Over on the Egocentric side, Amor is there doing his LD things. He's standing up here in front of the base. Hootie Shoops is making his way back to the stand now. Looks like he came up to reload or maybe change back into his heavy suit or something, but he wasn't on the stand for a second. Qualm and David Bowie are both leaving on routes. So looks like here comes the offensive push from kOut. Let's see how they can do here on the stand. They're starting to put some mortars down from Unho, coming up from the top hill. And Moore has pushed out to meet him there, so at least Hootie Shoop's pretty much on the stand by himself. Now he's getting mortars from the other direction and iLazy, so he's going to jump out of the way and try to avoid some of that damage
Here
coming
comes
in
Broccoli,
here. And there's Broccoli going
grab,
back
wow.
to front, and another brilliant conk by Amor right off the stand. The flag just comes dropping right in front of him, and Amor... Well, it looks like he was going to get that return, but iLazy comes from behind and grabs it in a fat suit. He's going to start walking it across midfield now. kOut is definitely going to try to get this one home. Shepard is there from escort. Qualm is there on chase. He goes down. iLazy passes the flag off to Broccoli. Is a little bit lighter, can move a little bit quicker. David Bowie is here for Ego to do some damage, but he's able to take a lot of his health away, but not take him down completely. The snipe does take him down, and Angry Pollock is able to recover that flag and score the first point for kOut. So they are on the board now with just 15 minutes left in map 1. And here comes kOut. I see them starting to time up a little better now, and that was a lucky break that they got that across midfield. iLazy with a good heads-up play grabbing the flag.
And hopefully this gives kOut...
It was a really good play by Pardon, to him staying over there and grabbing the flag. He was the one who returned it.
Absolutely, Pardon showing phenomenal showing here as he is going to net himself a pretty good Hoff position so far in this map, as he has made quite a few stops. So I think this is going to give kOut the kind of the momentum they need to pull back in this game, and I think we'll start seeing them, like you said, Annijeyn, make some points and put themselves in a position to contest this victory.
Well, here's the Ego offense. They are all over this kOut stand. Pardon's the only one left. He has half health. Qualm is coming back to front in a soldier. He too has half health, but he misses the flag. He actually pulled off the flag to let David Bowie grab it, who unfortunately just kiwis right as soon as he grabs the flag. He has 416 health left, and he gets sniped across the head from Little. And the flag does get returned for kOut. So that unfortunate kiwi by David Bowie gives kOut the chance to return the flag. And now Shepard has the flag on the other side, but he gets taken out by the defense very quickly. And now the flag is secure on the Diamond Sword side as well. So once again, 2 offensive pushes and nothing happening.
It's really unfortunate that Shepard chose to grab that at the time he did, because Broccoli was about 10 out, and if he had given Broccoli the opportunity to come in instead and, it's cleared instead of grabbing, I think they could have gotten significant movement on that flag.
Yeah, absolutely. Broccoli tried to grab it right there, but Amor put it behind the tower.
Yeah, he had a bad angle on it. I saw him coming in. So both offenses are... Actually, no, both offenses are not reset. Pliff is already here for Egocentric, putting some damage onto Angry Pollock, but he goes down. So Pardon and Angry Pollock are both here. David Bowie's going to try for the Cowboy Cap, but of course he gets taken out easily and goes nowhere. So I guess Qualm is shortly behind him, because I see the offense for Ego is starting to amass here out on this tower near their base. But the kOut offense is also over here as well, so maybe they're just having some duels.
Yep, Inferno just sniped out Shepard. Now they got Broccoli coming out now on a tower route, it looks like.
Broccoli going to opt for that disc, which is going to bring him to a lower health, and it's going to make him an easy target for Inferno, but it was necessary for the route. Unfortunately, he is going to get stopped on stand. And, not a lot of movement on that flag from the kOut side so far, as their cappers are a little disjointed, I think, still.
Well, they're resetting right now. They're both together, trying to sync up, it looks like, right now on that back hill behind their tower. There they go.
Too many bodies in the way to get out with that flag there.
David Bowie actually coming in on a route too. Little has been poking him his entire route. He just has not been safe at all, and he's just going to fly straight into Pardon's chain gun beam. And he's going to drop pretty fast. Meanwhile, I don't see Qualm anywhere. Qualm actually back at the base, dueling Lazy. They're kind of D'ing up, just getting their bearings. Their offensive run was pretty much shut down when David Bowie came in, so what they're going to do is they're going to opt to kind of D up and make sure these 2 cappers that are out for kOut are going to get stopped. And those cappers are going to come in now. And wow. Hootie Shoop's going to get the first mid-air on that capper, but Shepard coming through the hut and an amazing conk and return by Amor as he is just in the right place at the right time.
Moore is
Yeah,
doing
but-
some work in that LD spot, and we've just crossed the 12-minute mark. I see David Bowie is on a route, going to go to... Looks like David Bowie's just going to go the Cowboy way for the rest of this map here, it looks like, or at least for a little while, because he's all by himself out here. The defense is in full strength, and they know he's coming because they're all looking that direction. Pardon sees him, Angry Pollock sees him, and he gets blasted in the face and goes nowhere. So David Bowie looks like he's just having some fun right now.
What's great
Yeah,
about that too
absolutely.
is Ego is probably able to net themselves a couple of spots on those cappers leaving, as Shepard, did pass right through the field of view of David Bowie. So it's gonna put Ego's defense in a very powerful position right here.
Yep, and speaking of Shepard, here he comes now. It looks like he's also going to take a tower route. He just took a rock bounce, so he's going just about 200 right now, coming up over the hill into the line of sight of the defense. He is starting to take some snipers, and there's an almost good mortar from Voodoo Shoots, but he barely misses, and Shepard's going to miss wide to the right of the flag. So he's just going to duel Voodoo Shoots for a
That
while.
could have been
because
intentional,
Broccoli-
though, because Broccoli is ridiculously fast out from the
Yeah.
back.
Most definitely.
That was a
He's gonna get out
322.
clean with this.
That was 322 on my screen when he grabbed it. So that was a beautiful grab by Broccoli. I didn't see that route. I kind of want to watch him on the next turn to see how he got going that fast.
That
Yeah,
was
that's very
absolutely
nice.
perfectly executed by kOut.
Yeah.
They synced up and they timed it well.
And
Just
they
to cut-
K'd out.
Yep, and just to kind of give you a little bit of just a realization as to how fast he was going, Amor got to the stand a good 5 seconds after the cap was made.
Oh, wow.
And Amor had to blast off of that stand as fast as he could. So now David
Yeah.
Bowie does have the flag. He is out with it. And so now Eagle's going to meet him his rest of his team is going to meet him halfway. There's Pliff, Semtex, and Qualm. So they're going to start walking this flag back now. Only iLazy and Unho are here for kOut. The flag is out, and it is free. Pliff is going to get the re-grab. He has just a sliver of health left, but he has plenty of help from his teammates. He does get sniped out by Little from the opposing hill, but of course Ego is very easily able to recover that flag. And with all these people here, they can get sniped out all day, but by the time they get around that, they have too many people than Little had time. So, but that is able to slow them down long enough to get the crash in.
Oh,
There's Pardon.
Simtex.
What's amazing about Egocentric, too, is that they are able to push out like that to those cappers that are coming in and safely leave just their Hoff on that stand. Hootie Shoots is just such an incredible Hoff player. And, he's just so safe on that stand that he can just stop cappers by himself and stop all that offensive push. So, Hootie Shoots definitely a huge asset to his team and allows Ego to do that massive push out to the cappers while they're coming in like that.
He is kind of a one-man wrecking army out here, but he does have Amor backing him up, and Amor has been, like we've been saying, he's been on fire with conks, and he's now pushing out to Angry Pollock as well. So Amor is doing some definite work over here as well. So let's not discount him at all.
Absolutely, and we're going to see Pliff pull out a kind of his signature strike, and start to harass the kOut offense with that. But he's going to use that for mostly offensive purposes. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the standee and the sniper. But Pardon very quick to get that Titan out, and he's going to land Saber out, and he's going to land a Saber on that Shrike, and that Shrike is doing a great job of clearing that stand as it's able to push Pardon away and
I don't know
get
what you
that clear.
just
Wow.
Saw what that Shrike did, but that Shrike just got in the way of his own capper and oh wait, yeah, he did get out with it though. It looks like the Shrike actually stopped him for a second, but the flag did get pretty far. He is down, and Little is pushing out to get the return. So that Shrike and the capper timing was very close.
And very unfortunately, that Shrike is now down, so Pliff will have to go back and buy another one, and that pretty much shuts down his Shrike shenanigans for now.
Yeah, he was doing very good in that strike, too.
All right, David Bowie and Broccoli are going to cross each other here. Angry Pollock is also seeing Bowie, so he's trying to chain him out, stop his regen. He isn't a soldier, but the chains all miss, and he is able to get full regen now coming in, going back to front. He's going 277 kilometers per hour, or Sanix, or whatever measurement you want to use. Here he comes back to front. They see him all day, and the defense is there and strong, so they are going to be able to take him down. Qualm does grab the flag, but he runs into that inventory station almost immediately and then just gets taken out by Pardon. Pardon is almost dead, though, so the flag is out. I'm not going to say it's secure because it's still being contested. All right, now Paula's going to come over here and put it back on the stand, so that flag is going to be secure. Amor's going to secure the flag for his team as well, so just under 7 minutes left to go, and score is 5-2 in favor of Ego right now, so kOut is going to have to come up and put some hurt on this defense, because Ego looks like they're nice and happy with just running the one capper to the other side and keeping everyone else at home.
Things are looking, pretty dismal for kOut. They need to, they absolutely need to make that double cap effective, like, very soon. Otherwise, they're gonna be facing some very tough times.
Simtex is taking looks like he's going for a bike grab, or he's going for some grab cycle clear, because he comes crashing in on the bike, and now the offense for Ego is here. Pardon just has a little bit of health left, and he does go down to Pliff's strike there, so now the stand is completely untested for Qualm to easily come in. Going a bounce route, he's going 200, he's across midfield. He's taking a lot of chain, though, and he does get chained out. Or he's gets sniped out by Little. The flag is out right at almost exactly midfield. Pardon and Angry Pollock are there to get the return, but the flag is bounced out of the way by Pliff in the strike. So Pliff wasn't going for the regrab, he was just going for the annoyance there, and he does redirect Angry Pollock for a second, but not enough to get the flag back home. So 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. What do you think we're going to see for the rest of this map?
I think we're going to see kOut. I honestly, I think now it's that situation where they just need to get together, they need to time up, they need to really take their time and make sure these double caps are being effective, that, those cappers are coming in at the perfect times and the snipers are suppressed. And I think kOut is capable of doing it. As they've seen, they have 2 points on the board, so definitely it's totally possible. But they just need to time up and kind of take a step back and realize that that's what needs to happen.
Well, I think another thing that really needs to happen is they need to focus a little more on Inferno. Right now he's sniping out Broccoli as I'm saying this. He's just kind of been no-sniping this whole time, killing their cappers and clipping regens.
Absolutely. And Qualm actually came in on a route there, but just kind of got bumped out of the way, or for whatever reason ran into the stand. And saying I am too good in the chat there, acknowledging that he may have goofed a little. But Ego going to try to keep movement on this, and David Bowie actually coming down through the midfield. He's going to try to get a grab on that, but he's going to miss. He's got 705 health, though, so he's pretty healthy. He's going to take a snipe and fall pretty low. That flag is going to be in Ego hands still, though. His Angry Pollock just not able to catch up to it in time. And Ego going to be all over this and going to get this to their side of the field on a walk on Katabatic, which is not the easiest thing to do at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just did an incredible job of meeting, k'ing out, and coming back as Pathfinder as fast as they could. That was great.
Ego flexing their midfield control muscles.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that was. It boils down to their control in the midfield. And Ego was able to just secure that midfield and then push out on their offense there, secure that flag, and return their flag, and just basically the same offensive push.
Absolutely. I mean, now it's going to be really, really tough for kOut to come back in this one. I think we could pretty much call it a game for Ego at this point.
Absolutely. I think it's still possible for kOut to win, but it's just very unlikely. And Hootie already starting to run some routes, feeling very comfortable in this position so far. And Ego showing their Katabatic dominance, very, very, very dominantly.
Yeah, this is Ego's map. There's 3.5 minutes left. They're up 6-2. There's not much of a shot for kOut on this map right now. So, like you say, Hootie Shoops is running routes right now. So, I mean, Ego is just, they're walking away with this one. But this is their map. kOut is not doing a bad job, though. I mean, they were able to put all those cappers that Ego just threw at them down. So, they still have a secure flag. It's not like kOut is a bad team. They're just, Ego is, there are very few teams that can match Ego on Katabatic. Very few.
Absolutely. And that's what absolutely.
I mean,
it's just the multiple cappers. I mean, the multiple cappers really, like, on top of Inferno O-sniping as well. I mean, they have so many spots, and Hootie Shoops can just pretty much AFK on stand until he needs to stop that capper.
Well, I mean, even if we look at the frag numbers, like, Ego coming a little away with, like, a Moore and stuff. Moore's going to have, like, 30 kills, But frag number's still very close for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. You just gotta, I mean, Inferno, man, and I think he's really doing a lot more than it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. With 30 kills, he's shooting stuff, and I mean, Amor is taking care of that offense pretty handily. So this, that's raw, like, capper, right there. Yeah. That's not offense meat. That's pure unadulterated capper.
That was just unfortunate for Pardon there. He just kicked the flag right off the stand and right in front of David Bowie to get that field grab. It's going 250, 280, 290, 300. Finally levels out about 260 with 1121 health. He's coming back home. He's home all day. Shepard does get the grab, but of course O'More is right there with the conk. Broccoli is going to try to set up for the re-grab. He does get the e-grab right in front of David Bowie, but David Bowie disc is able to take him out. The flag is secure for Ego, so this looks like this might be the end of it here unless Lazy can make a play. Simtex gets the grab midair, and that is going to be the end of map number 1. So Ego is going to take the first map with a minute and a half left to go in the match. So Egocentric, if for anyone out there who is playing on a comp team, either in the House League or in the Pro League or in the EUTL, if you want to know how to play Katabatic, seriously, just go back and rewatch this VOD. Ego just put on a clinic.
Yep, I would say so. And kOut didn't do bad either. I think it was just... I think they could have had the sniper under control a little more and had a little bit more timing.
And it comes down to a fundamental choice of when they put a dedicated 2 cappers in like that, they don't have the option to flex to offense. And what that means is that if they have a situation where they want to play like a 3 offense, like a standard offense 1 cap, which I think would have been very effective at some times, they just weren't able to do it because Shepard is a dedicated capper and Broccoli is a dedicated capper. So, some shortfallings on the roster, but definitely kOut using what they could to put on a show and, come out really powerful on Egocentric's map.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you're right on that, on the 3 offense. I mean, it takes a lot to clear Hootie Shoops, so...
Absolutely, and Hootie Shoop's really he is just a force to be reckoned with, and just the Ego defense in general, Inferno, Amor, and Hootie Shoops are all just highly regarded for their ability to wreck whatever they set their sights on. So it's very hard to kill things on the Ego defense.
Yeah, I do remember a couple of just one-off moments from Season 2 with Hootie Shoops just on Arx Novena using that Jug Hoff with the mortars down midfield, taking out cappers midfield with mortars. There was a Tasty Hand was running that front to Aqueduct route that he threw at them toward the end of last season, and Hootie Shoops just shut that down. Just every time he tried to come across the midfield, mortar right in his face.
And Hootie very famous for those mortars, obviously, and I think we're going to see those come out on Dangerous Crossing, as a lot of his little signature montage plays are from Dangerous Crossing, and he lands those mortars like you wouldn't believe. It's very frustrating to cap against Hootie Shoops.
Yeah, Dangerous Crossing is definitely a Hootie Shoops highlight reel waiting to happen, so we'll see what they can do here. We're going to get in the server here. We still got quite a while before the countdown is over, so let's just go ahead and wait for everyone to get in, and we'll talk a little bit about what to expect here on Dangerous Crossing.
Dangerous Crossing is like a really powerful walk map. You're going to see a lot of teams, like really, really strong offenses are going to be putting on a show here, as they are able to kill pretty much everything on the stand, which is just a box of death for the Hoff, and get that flag moving. And because of the bowl shape of Dangerous Crossing, all of your llamas and your offensive grabs are going to be going a lot faster. And any offensive half routes you do where your soldier is going out wide and getting some speed to come in and throw all his frags and whatever, if he needs to grab, you get to tack on that much extra speed to whatever you're going to get. So it's going to get that flag moving, and Ego definitely having that ability to field that flag midfield, they're going to show really well on Dangerous Crossing as well. But not to count kOut out, the sniper is very strong on this map, as they are pretty much able to shut down those those low side routes, I guess if you want to call them the big valley routes, pretty effectively, as you are wide open a lot of the time if you're not running that specific low route. The high routes, pretty stealthy, pretty sneaky, so you'll see the sniper not able to get those snipes as much, but they are a little bit slower generally, so there is a trade-off. And if the sniper is able to put on a dominant showing on Dangerous Crossing, then you're going to see the cappers start to run those high routes a lot more and start to run those low visibility routes a lot more. I was watching David Bowie warm up in the Flag Trotters and Ego Scrim, excuse me, and he was running some routes and stuff, and he was experimenting with these really low visibility routes. So I'd like to see him run some of those on kOut here and see how they go against Little, who is just a phenomenal sniper from Europe, who plays on Team Pelican, I believe. Anything to add?
I think you just about covered it.
All right, I have a minute left, so let's comment on the let's comment on the trees. So there's no trees. Well, what do we do now?
Well, we wait for kOut to get one more person on the server here. They're waiting on one more. Ego looks like they've got all 7 in. They're ready to go. So it looks like kOut's just waiting to get one more person. There we go.
Yeah, it looks like they brought in Rising Legend there.
Yep, so let's go ahead and run down the rosters here on Blood Eagle for kOut. We have the new substitution, Rising Legend, Little, Angry Pollock, Scary's, Pardon, iLazy, and Broccoli. Scary also coming into this map here. Over on Ego for Diamond Sword is Inferno, Hootie Shoop, Simtex, Qualm, Vertical, Pliff, and Amor. So Vertical coming in for Ego, and kOut making a couple substitutions with Scary and Rising Legend. So here we go. Match begins in 10 seconds. 25 minutes on the clock. Map number 2, Dangerous Crossing. This looks like this is a map with a lot of esports. So pay attention. See who's getting returns.
Yeah, like you said, we're going to see a lot of esports here. They're already starting shooting mortars. This is terrifying.
Have to make their presence known. It's like a roar as you come onto the battlefield. Yeah, see, there it is. See?
It's very cool that the LDs both pushed out, and they both pushed out in the exact same spot, so they're dueling each other right now. And Angry Pollock actually going to kill Amor.
And then kOut himself.
Absolutely, but he does free up Scary to make his offensive push. So that
Ego
was very
has
vital.
arrived on the stand. They just obliterated Pardon. Qualm is able to get out, but he didn't have a lot of health when he grabbed the flag, so he's easily sniped out by Little. The flag goes down. Little has taken out Pliff, taken out all the Ego guys, and Angry Pollock is going to be able to make that return pretty easy. So Little starting off the map with a little bit of work. Simtex for Ego has the flag, and he gets chained out, and he gets sniped out by Little again. So Little... early in the map already has 3 very key kills, so now Vertical picks it up for Ego, and he gets chained out by Angry Pollock, and the flag does get returned. So kOut's defense already having to do a lot of work as Ego sends damn near everybody all at once.
But, you know, kOut's offense or defense doing a great job here of, you know, coordinating and getting that ridiculous offensive clear shut down. They essentially shut down 2 runs, shutting down an entire 3 cappers in that period of time.
This is definitely one of those maps where having a strong sniper who communicates is really good, because I'm pretty sure Little coordinated that entire defensive effort there from his little perch. But now Simtex is going to grab the flag for Ego. He's out at about half field. He does get taken out once again by Little. So sniper's map, man.
kOut right on top of that, though, and they're going to get that, you know, home right away as the kOut offense going to kind of fall back. But kOut defense just not in the right spot there as Vertical are going to grab that flag, and he's going to get pretty far off of the stand using that Raider shield pack to soak up a lot of that damage. Angry Pollock going to be right on top of him, going to try to land those conks, but he's just not going to be able to capitalize on it, landing a very key bolt. And Scary going to get one of those incredible frags, but Inferno going to drop a T5 and get a double kill.
Nice.
And save the flag. Wow, that was incredible.
Well, he did actually do a really good job there on that first conk that he threw. He actually missed the capper, but he hit Simtex right in the face and took him out with it.
Absolutely, and you know, Ego not even going to be phased by this. They've already got caps en route right after capping that, so we're going to see Qualm coming in here in about 3 seconds, and he's spotted, but it doesn't look like kOut's offense or defense in a very good position to stop that. But Pardon going to make that stop, and Pliff also coming in on a route, missed the flag, I believe.
Yeah, I actually got a pretty good eye at what happened there. Pardon let loose with that Titan launcher, was able to blast Qualm off to the side and make him miss the flag. So it's going to be up to Ego's walk team now. Vertical is the only one left over here, and he does go down. So kOut successfully cleans up that push from Ego, and now they have a push going on of their own. Rising Legend and Scary are making their way across the map. Rising Legend is going to run into Amor on the hill, and he's going to put on the brakes there. So Amor dueling Rising Legend out, pretty much taking him out of this equation. So that leaves the stand completely open. Hootie Shoops is still here. He's trying to duel out iLazy, who is over here putting some pressure on him. Broccoli is going to be coming in right to left now. He's going at about 260. He's got 10-10 in his health, and he gets blasted out of the sky by Hootie Shoops, and that goes nowhere. So both teams, unfortunately, are unable to get the flag even off the stand on that push.
Looks like Ego was pretty much D'd up that run, so their offensive push was severely weakened by the lack of Vertical and Simtex on offense. Simtex, you know, staying back, getting those kills on the kOut offense, gonna help D up and just secure themselves, get themselves a foothold, and reevaluate their choices on the map here.
And that just really goes to show that Ego's awareness of the game situation. They noticed that their push was just shut down, and they hadn't gotten one from kOut yet. So they only sent 2 on offense, kept most people on defense, and sure enough, that push was taken out. They anticipated the push and were able to react before it even happened.
Yep. And we're going to see these teams, form up and, continue with this just relentless onslaught of very powerful offenses. Ego, Pliff, and Simtex are coming in. Vertical actually going to come in on a slide there, but run into something or other and stop on the stand. But he's out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out for him because he went the exact opposite way of the whole team, so got about halfway there and Pliff coming up on it.
Meanwhile, the kOut Cap are actually out, decently healthy. He does have 446 health, but he has no chase in sight there as he is going to get back to his stand and enjoy himself. Qualm going to be right on top of him, though. Going to get a little bit of chain on him, I believe. But just, going zipping straight past him as he opts to not 1v7 the kOut team.
Yeah,
and tries to disengage.
All right, and it does look Rising Legend has the flag secure for... Nope, he passes off to Angry Pollock, who has the flag secure for kOut, and on the other side, Hootie Shoops has it secure for Ego. So it looks like this is not only the first standoff of this map, this is the first standoff of the night. So now I get to ask you this question. What do you expect out of these teams on their standoff play?
I think Egocentric is going to put out a great showing on their standoff play. Inferno, he usually chooses to do that offensive sniping, which I think is incredibly effective on dangerous crossing, as there isn't a lot of room to hide behind anything except for like the tips of the hills. And really that puts you in a very bad spot as kOut. You don't want to be behind those tips of the hills, as it hampers your line of sight. You're entirely relying on your offense to call, or your defense to call that out.
Yeah, right now,
all right, I'm going to go ahead and cut you off here
in.
because the kOut offense has shown up on the Ego side here. Hootie Shoops is down just over half health. Sorry to cut you off there, Prism. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but had to get this call underway here. The kOut offense is going to go ahead and go down. The Ego defense is able to hold strong. Meanwhile, on the other side, Qualm and Inferno are over here for Egocentric. They're going to pass the flag off to, I guess it's going to be Scary now. He's going to hold on to it. And Pollock is going to reload and get his health back. And he's going to take the flag back now. So both teams are still well in standoff. The first offensive push from both teams looks like it goes nowhere. But Ego is already here with Vertical and Pliff. So looks like kOut's going to, or not kOut, Ego is going to do a 2-wave offense. So they had Qualm and Inferno up first. And now it's going to be Vertical and Pliff putting some pressure on them. So Ego has a weird strategy here. I don't think I've ever seen this from anyone.
And Pardon pushed out to Pliff and pushed him effectively away, but left Angry Pollock totally alone as Angry Pollock passes to Little, and they're going to take some damage from Vertical here. But not to mention Inferno way out behind him, going to get some snipes. Qualm going to crash on top of him, completely full health. I think kOut is in kind of a bad spot right now. They've got their offense,
on the other side,
their defense respawning.
On the other side, I'm going to go ahead and interrupt you here. On the other side, Hootie Shoops was all by himself, completely isolated. Simtex wasn't able to catch up to him. He did try to pass the flag off, and it almost led to a fortunate return from kOut. The flag is out now, and it's now at the bottom of the bowl. Amor and Scary are here. They're going to duel out for it. Scary goes down, so Amor is going to be able to pick this flag back up for Ego to get it back up on top of the hill. That was close for kOut. They had the flag out several times, but unfortunately just were not able to grab that return, and Amor was able to get the flag re-secured on his side. He is all by himself, kind of isolated. Simtex does respawn. Hootie Shoops respawns all right next to him. So the kOut, or Ego, does have their forced backup. Broccoli is the only one left over here for kOut. So he's going to stay off in the distance and just kind of keep their attention on him, because Rising Legend and Scary are making their way up the hill of death for kOut to put another shot at Hootie Shoops here. On the other side of the map, Little is taking a lot of pressure from Vertical, Pliff, Qualm, and Inferno. A 4-man push from Ego. They are determined to get this flag back home this time. Hootie Shoops drops the flag on the other side. Simtex picks it back up. He has just a little bit of health left, so he drops the flag again, easily to chain. But Amor and Hootie Shoops are both here after clearing out the rest of the kOut. Meanwhile, back on the other side, Little has started to rabbit away from the Ego offense, trying to get back to his team that is respawning on the other side. Good move by him there to move to the spawn side. He does put Pardon in between him and Ego, so he does have a little bit of defense in front of him. Looks like kOut is going to go ahead and take out Qualm as well. Pliff is the only one left over here for Ego, and he isn't a light, so he could get the Miracle Conk off. Let's see if he can do it. Nope, he tries to come up the hill and gets chained out by everyone on kOut, so that offensive push there goes nowhere. So we're still in a standoff here with 16 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Egocentric is already up 1-0 on map number 2 here, and we are in standoff number 1 of the map and the night. This is going to be another one of those marathon standoffs like we saw earlier today in the EUTL match. broadcast here earlier today. Check out the VODs in the broadcast section if you want to see what happened with that.
I think Ego's in a very dangerous situation. The kOut offensive push is really, really effective against Ego, but Ego's offensive push isn't very effective against kOut. And so eventually that kOut offense is going to get that flag back. It's just a matter of time. Whereas Ego, not even close yet, really.
Pardon dropped the flag on the other side, but they were able to recover it in the hands of Angry Pollock here, so I don't know if he went down or if he just dropped it off for Pollock to pick up after a reload, but let's go back to the other side. Hootie Shoops is down to a sliver of health, and the flag is out. He tried to pass it up to Amor, who is going to go ahead and grab the flag. He's got 240 health left now. He's just a little bit left, and there's still some offense there. The flag does go down. He dropped it off for Vertical to pick it up, who had full health at the time, and now still does, and Ego is able to get that offense cleaned up, get the flag re-secured in Hootie Shoops' hands, and continue this standoff. 15 minutes left to go. I think we're going on minute number 3.
Yeah, this is a freakishly long standoff, and all it can really do is, as long as Ego doesn't lose that flag, all it's doing is helping Ego, because it's, you know, securing their lead, even though they're only up by 1, theoretically.
Yeah, it's just burning time. It's all it's really doing for him. So let's go back to the other side over here. Hootie Shoops is starting to take some pressure from kOut. Broccoli, Rising Legend, Lazy, and Scurry are all here. Hootie Shoops is all by himself. He tries to pass the flag up the hill to Simtex, is able to grab it off the ground there. He does have just about 2/3 health left. He has 900 to be precise. No energy, and he's at the top of this hill all by himself. He is completely isolated over here. Rising Legend gets up there to him. He passes the flag down to the bottom of the hill, and Hootie Shoops is able to swoop in right in front of Rising Legend to grab the flag and keep it on the Ego side. So now they're going to have to take down Hootie Shoops. He's starting to rabbit out here behind the base a little bit. He's all by himself. Oh, nope, he does have Simtex, Vertical, and Amor with him. He does drop the flag, but it's right on the stand. Simtex picks it up and puts point number 2. I didn't see the return on the other side. Did anyone else catch it?
I did not. I was too busy watching the action there at the Ego stand. My God.
My God is right. That was incredible. I can't believe Hootie Shoops picked that up.
It just goes to show that communication from Egocentric, from, you know, being such a cohesive unit for so long, and the amount of time they've played together is really showing forward as they are able to trust each other to make the plays they need to.
Yep, so the standoff finally ends right as we cross the 14-minute mark. About 13.5 left right now. Ego is up 2-0, so we're seeing something. Ego is not walking away with this one quite as easily as they did the last one. So kOut is going to need to put some points on the board, though, if they're going to want to get back in this one, obviously. And I hate to state the obvious, but there it is. Pardon goes down. Pliff and Vertical are here for Ego. Pardon is down right now. Angry Pollock has just a scooch of health left, and he does go down. So Little is the only one left over here. Pardon comes swooping back in as the... Oh, Pardon with the mid-air kill. Did not get the return on his way, though, so his fly does bounce down to the bottom of the hill. He's down here with Vertical, and Vertical picks it up for Ego. Little and Pardon are here for kOut. Vertical and Qualm are here for Ego, and Vertical with a nice drop pass to Qualm. So keeps pushing the flag across midfield, and Qualm goes for a punt, but doesn't get a good eye on it, doesn't get a good hit on it, and the flag doesn't go very far, but Pliff and Amor do come crashing in for Ego, and are able to grab that flag. So we have another fight out here midfield. Vertical picks the flag up, passes it up to Amor and Qualm, but the flag is still out. The flag is still out here. Simtex comes crashing in. He is able to grab the flag and keep it in Ego's hands. So now it's Simtex, Pliff, and Quaff down here fighting with iLazy. iLazy's in the Juggernaut, so he's going to take a while to get down. He's throwing mortars up the hill. He's throwing them a little too high. Scary comes in a light and tries to get the comp, but he misses. Simtex tried to pass the flag up to the top of the flag stand, but it fell short. Pliff is there to pick it up, but comes a conk from someone. Didn't see who it was, but the flag did get conked out. Rising Legend is there trying to land some conks. All of Ego has shown up. All of Ego is here, and the crash is still coming from kOut. Angry Pollock is here on the stand. Can he do this? He does get a conk, and the flag is out. The flag is still out. And Qualm is eventually able to pick this thing up and finally score it.
God.
kOut with that relentless crash, just coming and coming and coming and coming, just could not stop.
Amazing flag play by Ego right there. It was just incredible how many different pickups they had there and passes.
I think Ego was actually panicking a little, and it kind of showed. They were usually very calm and collected, and it seemed like a very large scramble to get hold of that flag. So I think Ego probably feeling a little bit of the pressure that kOut is exerting. So kOut, you know, definitely a contender for Ego. Ego just getting those little things right, and that's what's going to set them up for this victory.
Here comes Egocentric out, trying to get away with Simtex in a grab, but he gets taken out by the sniper. And the flag is still out here, and it's still contested, and there goes Pliff from back to front, picks it up off the flag, but he gets chained out, and he goes down. Vertical then comes crashing in for Ego and grabs the flag, so Egocentric is definitely wanting to show that they know how to move a flag across the field. If it's one person or if it's all 7 of them, they can get it across. Vertical gets taken down to the sniper, not before he's able to pass it up to Pliff, who's at the top of the hill with plenty of energy to fly it up to the top and put point number 4 on the board for Egocentric, so they just formed a line down midfield and passed it on down.
Ego's starting to run away with it, and kOut is trying some really unorthodox stuff. I think they had 3 cappers and 1 clear there, and I just don't think it's effective. They're grasping at straws in regards to what to do against this Ego defense that is so strong. And we're also seeing the Ego offense play a lot of fidget in regards to when they respawn. They're doing a heavy amount of damage to that kOut offense. So that's spelling disaster for that kOut offense. They're just not able to get that flag stand clear.
Right.
Both teams going to set out on their offensive runs here, and both teams actually kind of staying to their respective sides of the map. So far, Lazy and Rising Legend's going to go out wide.
Looks like everyone's out here on this side over here. Pliff, Amor, Rising Legend, Lazy, they're all out here. Amor is chasing the offense of kOut into the stand, so he's going to be putting some pressure on them. He is starting to put some shots down on Rising Legend, and Rising Legend is going to go down to Amor, so he's now down. Scary is already at the stand for kOut, working on Hootie Shoops. He is able to take down Hootie Shoops, and he is gone. So Broccoli comes swooping in with half health and a soldier with 590 health. He's going just over 200. Amor and Hootie Shoops are already all over him with the chain, and he does drop the flag and go down. Hootie Shoops is going to be able to put his flag home, or at least hang on to it just long enough to return it in Scary's face.
Qualm now coming out.
Absolutely, Qualm going to get out with that flag. Pretty healthy. 407 now as that sniper does take some shots on him. Scary looks like he's poised for an E-grab, but he's probably going to drop before he gets the opportunity. Yeah, he's going to miss that flag, and Qualm's just going to drop down right on top of that. Meanwhile, Vertical set up for the perfect re-grab, and, you know, kOut's off was probably chasing in that, so he wasn't able to stop that. As Angry Pollock right on his behind, but just not able to kill him fast enough. Holy cow.
Oh my God, that pass. He hit that from midfield and hit it all the way to the top of his hill, right into the hands of Amor. That was, oh man, that's a highlight. That has to be highlighted and for everyone to see. If you got a good look at that, Aya.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Some Kobe Bryant swag on the Ego side of things.
kOut does get a grab, but they're not able to get too far. Ego is able to keep their flag back at home. Amor and Rising Legend have this kind of hate relationship going on right now, because Amor is getting a lot of help from his stand there. Amor comes down and does some help with him and is able to take out the offense for kOut. So now Ego looks sitting pretty on their stand here.
It's worth noting in this game that while Little and Inferno are relatively close, Little actually racking up 10 more kills than Inferno, which is pretty impressive. The LD's not so much. Angry Pollock, he has 12 kills and Amor has 30. I think Angry Pollock probably struggling pretty hard against that Egocentric defense. Not to call him out, but that offense, Egocentric offense. But that offense is just so hard to deal with, and that shows you that Angry Pollock is such a great player, but you know, the Egocentric offense just so well coordinated.
I see the chat is now responding to that pass from Vertical a second ago. All right, Qualm picks up the flag for Ego, but he does drop it out here behind the base. It's out pretty far behind the base. Angry Pollock is going to push out here with it, and he's going to kick it down to the bottom of his hill. Probably hang on to it to give a... Never mind.
How did he get that far out behind the base?
That was amazing. Broccoli just got out on like 4 of them right there, but Amor's coming in to get this return along with Qualm. The Lazy
going to swoop
now.
in.
Yeah,
excellent flag
Lazy.
play by Lazy, and tons of conks are going to rain down on him, but they're not going to connect. And he is going to drop, but...
Almost got that return there, but he gets taken out by a bolt right before he's able to touch it. So the flag is still contested over here. Scary Pliff is here. Qualm and not Qualm, Simtex and Pliff are able to get the return for Egocentric. But that was a very I had a very interesting angle on that grab by Little there. It looked really cool having coming straight at me with it. So yeah, it was a good heads up play by Little to get out there and grab that flag.
They tried really hard on that. They had some good crash, but Ego was just able to frag him out and get that return on him.
And the Ego offense still on this side of the field as they are going to try to move this flag again. Pardon, very, very low. Wow. But he is going to get rage as Simtex does grab that flag, and Angry Pollock just going to hit him with a bolt to the face. So that flag is going nowhere fast. Angry Pollock put a 7 kills on the board since I last spoke. Clearly enraged that I mentioned him. So I've given kOut the killing spirit, and perhaps they will make a comeback here.
5.5 minutes left to go. Ego is up 6-0 on map number 2. Let's look at the kill count. We haven't taken a look at this for a while. Lemore is already up over 30 kills, as well as Little over on kOut. So both teams showing off their fragging power. There is a grab in the flag by kOut, but the flag gets dropped down to the bottom of the hill, and it does get returned very easily by Egocentric. Meanwhile, over on the other side, I do see some crash coming in here for Ego. iLazy is on the stand. He's playing stand defense right now. Looks like he's giving up the sniping role. He is in a medium right there with Angry Pollock as they wait for their Hoff to get back, who went down. Pardon did go down, but he is on his way back to the stand now, still in a fat suit. So the Ego crash is going to go down to the defense of kOut this push, and they're gonna actually no, here comes the Ego offense again. They are just relentlessly coming across the field. There's non-stop. Simtex is going to come out here and start dealing with Rising Legend. So the Ego offense is not done. They haven't decided they're going to buck up on this one. So kOut tries to get a grab. Scary gets taken out by Inferno. He gets sniped out, and Namor is right there for that return. So both teams are able to keep their flags at home for now. But we have 4.5 minutes left to go. It's going to be a hard fight for kOut to come back on this one.
Absolutely, and it's worth noting that Ego stopped running a capper a while ago, and they just started picking up again, but Qualm had not been capping for quite a while, as he had just been crashing and trying to walk that flag home, which is why the walks were so effective in the first place, because of that extra fragging power.
Qualm is going to run a route right now. He does miss the flag, though. He's able to get juked out. He gets juked out of the way by a bolt from a, I think it was Pardon hit him with that bolt and was able to blast him off route there, so no go for Ego. Ha. That was not on purpose, I promise.
Qualm saying he went through the flag. I didn't see him go through the flag, but he had a better angle on it than I did, I suppose. Hootie running another route, but he's going to get shut down by Little right away. Little does not want that Hoff getting anywhere near his flag. And so Ego, kind of going to get set up here, try to make an effective offensive push. They're not in a real hurry as they are up 6 caps. I'm just going to put them in a pretty dominating lead. Meanwhile, kOut trying desperately to put some points on the board. And Broccoli probably about 7 out here as he is going to take a disc, a soldier cap. And he's probably not seen by now, or, so far, but he's almost going to take a mortar to the face as he comes in toward Hootie. Hootie not going to make the stop, but going to put a lot of damage on that soldier. And that soldier is not going very far as Amor is right on top of him.
Yeah, we saw the rare Hootie shoot mortar miss. That was close, though.
Mark a calendar. And meanwhile, the Ego offense...
PM Central.
Ego offense just, casually taking its time, killing what they want. It's very clear they're not feeling pressured in this situation as they are skiing around and, going very, very wide to kill offense and targets.
They're definitely taking the scenic route now, so Ego has started to slow down a little bit with 2.5 minutes left to go here. Qualm is going to come in going left to right on a route. He's got a free open stand, so why not? 1240 health, going well over 250 now. Going to turn and start heading up midfield. He is across the midfield marker now. Angry Pollock is in chase, and he is starting to take some snipes. And as he's coming back into his stand, he runs into the offensive kOut, so he is surrounded by red names. Here comes the crash from Rising Legend, does get the flag and does get the E-grab. Angry Pollock is going to get the return for his team, so now kOut has a chance to score here if they can get this flag back across. Rising Legend is at 950 health. He does have a lot of chase, and Moore and Vertical are right there on him. But he's able to joke all of the conks and the bolts. He has 950 health. He gets the flag back up to his stand, and kOut does score a point with minute 45 left to go in the second map. So kOut's not going to get shut out on map number 2 here tonight. So that was a good heads up by Rising Legend to get that flag off the stand to prevent the 7th cap and the end of map 2. And to put the first point on the board for his team. So
yeah, very nice.
Hats off to Rising Legend. Good play there.
Absolutely, and that's what they needed to do kind of originally, is just make sure they're moving that flag consistently, and they've been having a little trouble with that. The Ego defense just so powerful.
Yeah, they scored a point, so now they can put this map behind them. They can get ready for Arx Novena, which is one of the more classic maps. So we're going to see both teams on this next map are going to be extremely strong. So I got goosebumps just thinking about Arx, so I'm getting excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
glad you're that excited.
I mean, Little's definitely going to be a big problem for the cappers on Ego the next map. So we'll see how that happens.
Less than a minute left here, 45 seconds left to go. Rising Legend is going to grab the flag again for kOut. He's not ready to end this yet. He wants to score number 2, so he's going to start carrying it up across midfield. He is at midfield now. There is a lot of chain coming at him, but once again, he's able to juke and duck and move away from everything. He gets the flag back up to his stand, and look at that, number 2, right as we pass the 30-second mark. So Rising Legend has decided he's just going to do it all on his own, apparently, because here he goes again. Soldier, nope, he's going to stay back at home.
They don't have enough time, but
I don't think he has enough time to get downfield, but he's going.
Hey, that's good though. They're still trying. They're just showing that, hey, next game, they're still going to give it their all. It's going to be a good game.
Absolutely. I think that's kind of what this is about, just keeping their spirits high and showing that they're not out of this yet.
Yeah, for sure. They can still get some caps in and get some points on the board.
The time is going to expire, and Ego is going to take map number 2, Dangerous Crossing, with a score of 6-2. Thanks to Rising Legend putting those 2 late points on the board for kOut. And this is still group stages, so they do earn points for every cap, so that is definitely going to help them out with their point standing in the group going forward. And map number 3, though, Arx Novena, the old classic, everyone's either favorite or second favorite to Katabatic, which we saw earlier. So this is a good night to be watching Tribes. In fact, these 3 maps are pretty much the bread and butter of NATL. At least they have been the past couple of seasons.
Absolutely, the most frequently played maps in Tribes Ascent just since the beginning of time. I mean, Dangerous Crossing actually released not with the initial maps, but very popular maps nonetheless. They have been very thoroughly played on. And Egocentric being around so long, they've had a lot of time to develop strategies on these maps, on Arx Novena and Katabatic. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of ego shenanigans they pull out here on Arx, if they choose to run the double cap or they stay with the single cap and the decimating offense.
Do you mind if I cut you off here for just a second? We have 170 seconds left, so I do want to take a moment here to encourage everyone out there in chat and watching the stream this evening to go to natribes.com to get all the information you need on the NATL, or you can go visit our sisters over, or our friends over in the EUTL at gameshrine.org, get all the information about the matches that they play. They usually play during the afternoons for us North American folks, because it's nighttime over there, so you can catch their matches right here on this channel, or if they're not here, they're definitely going to be over on the Tribescast network. That's twitch.tv/Tribescast network. I'm sure someone will put the link up in chat here for you a little bit, so you can click on that. And also, of course, I say this every cast I do, we are always looking for more people to stream and cast and provide the voices for these awesome players out here as they give us these esports. So if you are interested in getting involved, if you go over to the Tribescast network channel, down at the very bottom of that channel is a link you can click on to go sign up. You send us a quick application. There isn't really much of an interview process. We pretty much take anyone. We'll at least give anyone a shot. And if this is something that you want to do, you can definitely get involved. So I'm going to shut up now and pass it over to Ice Silver, who's going to give us a rundown about map number 3, Arx Novena with Ego and kOut.
So Arx Novena is widely known as kind of the sniper dominant map, along with Crossfire, which we don't really play anymore. Snipers have a very strong showing, as the view sites are, decently wide, and the sniper is going to see a lot of cappers both start and at any point in the route. There aren't a lot of ways to hide from the sniper. So this, develops a very strange offense for teams. Some teams decide to play a very strong offense, like, just don't focus on that capper as much and try to walk the flag home, as, walks are very strong in Arx Novena. While other teams are going to, send a lot of offense out to that sniper and hope to shut him down and keep him suppressed so those caps can get through. Arx Novena is one of the maps where the back to front is really strong. It's going to send you right back to your stand just immediately, and it's one of the shortest return time routes in the game. So the back to front is, such an asset that it's really important for teams to shut that down. So the defense is going to be looking for those, those back to fronts and those, those certain routes to shut them down. But not to mention, the aqueduct bounces and these weird quirky routes that people have come up with recently where, they're bouncing all over the place. So, there's plenty of routes, but the snipers are going to be very instrumental to watching this map.
All right, we have 15 seconds left to go before we get map number 3 underway here. kOut is still waiting to get their 7th player on the field, so I'll go ahead and let you know Ego's roster. It's going to be Vertical, Hootie Shoops, Inferno, Pliff, Amor, Simtex, and Qualm. Oh, we are stacking. We are stacking, so everyone's stacked over to the Diamond Sword side, so it looks like kOut's having an issue getting their 7th player on the field, so let's give them a minute, see if we can get that 7th player, so...
yeah, it looks like Rising Legend disconnected and reconnected on the Mumble, so there might be some connection issues there.
That does.
Gotta love the interwebs.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see them play Rising Legend. I think they had the most success with that single cap option, as I don't see Broccoli in this game. I could be hallucinating, but so it's probably going to be Shepard running that cap role for kOut, and then they're going to run the standard 3 offense with kOut's offense. They do have people that can cap. They do have, Lazy and stuff, who is also not in this game. So kOut offense taking a pretty drastic shift away from Lazy and Broccoli.
All right, we've got 14 players in the server now, so let's see what we do here. Because the game is going to start very quickly after everyone starts to move over. As soon as the first person moves over, I think we have, 2 seconds left on the clock? So kOut's going to have to move over quickly.
Yep, and sadly we don't have a delay feature where we could add time in the pregame to give teams a second to, get their stuff situated, as the game is going to start with a single member on kOut. Excellent.
All right, so the game is underway. kOut is starting to move over to their teams now. The clock is running. We're 25 minutes left to go here. kOut looks like they're going to field Pardon, Shepard, Scary, Lazy. Oh, nope, we are going to get a restart.
Oh, wow.
They let him restart. Okay, so we're going to get a restart here, so I hope the countdown timer isn't as long as it was before. I'm just going to start yelling at Simtex to force it.
Stall for 3 minutes, talk about... Oh, we have trees to talk about on this map. I think the shrubbery in this map is pretty strange.
Yeah, it's a great
some
time
interesting
to...
shrubbery.
Great time to go get a drink or whatever you need to do before the match starts up,
I can't wait to see what these teams do. I'm very excited to see what kind of strategies they've developed. Arcs can be run so many different ways. When are we... Cheesecake says in chat, when are we getting the comp server, or NATL's comp server back up? Oh, I have no clue. Absolutely no idea. We're gonna re-rotate to Arcs Novena finally. And hopefully my volume is fixed, as I did sit back up in my chair as I was getting a little too relaxed.
I was doing the same thing.
I was like, this is nice. I'm enjoying myself.
It is a good time for sure.
It's hard to get excited about delays in the map rotation there, but you know how it is.
Come on, man! It's exciting stuff. I mean, look at the countdown.
So I have already pleaded with them to force it whenever they're ready. So hopefully they heed my plea and they get this underway, because I can just let Silver talk more about Arcs Novena.
I don't have anything left to say. I think some generator play might come into play here, is getting those gens up, at least for kOut. I know Pardon's pretty good at that Doombringer role, and he prefers that off. So kOut might look to keep that generator up a little longer, just for those force fields that do shut down, a good majority of the routes. But meanwhile, on the Ego side, Hootie doesn't play Doombringer, but they do like the Shrikes, so we're gonna see the whatchamacallits come out. The generators probably come up at some point there.
Yeah, and I see Hootie Shoops is already wearing a Juggernaut right now, so he's definitely going to doing his mortarness on the stand. So get ready for some more highlights, folks, because Hootie, I think he's upset about missing that mortar. I think that was the only shot he really got at a good, clean mortar. I think he's pretty... I can almost tell that he's pretty upset about it, so he's definitely going to be wanting to get at least one here. So keep your eye on Hootie Shoops for some nice long-distance mortars. Both teams do have 7 players now, and the match begins in 75 seconds according to the countdown. So kOut is going to put up Unho, Pardon, Scary, Angry Pollock, Little, Lazy, and Shepard. Egocentric puts up Inferno, Hootie Shoops, Syntax, Vertical, Qualm, Amor, and Pliff, and they did force it. We are underway here. Map number 3, Arx Novena, and the clock has started. So let's get these teams in position. Let's get some esports happening because this is a good map for it.
Immediately what we're going to notice is that Ego offense is already on the other side of the field. That was like, it took them 10, 12 seconds to get to the other side of the field, and it doesn't look like they have a capper en route. So what they're going to do is they're going to look to just cluster this flag off for now. And I don't know if this is going to be effective, as Pliff is coming from that backslide. Pardon going to drop down, and Pliff is going to be out with this already. Not even 30 seconds, or not even 40 seconds into the game. And he's moving fast, but that conch is going to come in, and Angry Pollock going to just decimate that capper, as he is going to get that return very quickly. So doing a great job of shutting down that offensive push that Ego just put out. Meanwhile, we see Vertical on a route, as he's going to come in from that left to right, from the Ego left to right. He's going to be moving pretty fast there, or pretty slow, but he could try to grab, and he's just going to get decimated by Pardon, who has got a call out and is paying attention. Meanwhile, we're going to see Shepard coming in on that back with the Soldier, and he's going to be moving pretty fast toward that flag as well. Inferno does see him, but it's kind of up in the air. It's whether or not he's going to get the stop. Amor also sees him. Hootie actually going to get that body block, though. Not able to get up to the stand. He's going to opt instead to get him in the midfield, or right before, in the midfield.
Yeah, he was able to clip him with his shoulder and knock him off of the route there. So Hootie Shoop's putting his size to good use.
He calling him fat?
Yes. Because he is. Vertical has the flag now. He's out for Egocentric. He has 1,162 health. He's taking a lot of chain. He's not going very fast, and he does go down to
my God. Angry Pollock
where did he just come from?
Get that conch, just going to sweep in there, get the conch, and then stop and turn himself around. Meanwhile, we're going to see Syntax pull out that's not a strike, that's a grab cycle. He's going to try that front to back there and get some flag movement on there, but Angry Pollock doing a great job of getting that body block on the stand. And Syntax is going to die here, probably shutting down that Ego offensive push for now, which is going to let kOut kind of poise out for a very strong offensive push themselves.
Yep, and here comes their push now. Shepard is leaving on a route. Nope, he got sniped out by Inferno before he could even get across midfield. So there's that. Look how... Oh, wow, that was corner to corner, folks. Inferno just took a corner to corner snipe and took out Shepard before he even got out from behind his base. So Inferno is this is his map. Anytime I'm in a pub and I see Inferno show up, I hit the scoreboard. If he's wearing a Sentinel, I either join teams, I'll join his team, or I just leave the server because there's no point. He does go down too scary, and they are able to eventually take him out. So now maybe Shepard can get left on a route, maybe get out, but looks like maybe too late. Qualm is coming in on that high back to front route that comes across the left-hand side. He's in a Soldier. He has 139 health, and he gets sniped out by Little right as he comes up over into the side of view, into view. So
but
Pliff
it doesn't matter because Ego is going to send out, that order for Pliff to grab, and Angry Pollock just going to shut down those llamas so effectively as he's going to get that free ground pound that he does on that walk because they're not moving fast enough, and he's just going to completely shut down this Ego walk strategy.
Yeah, I think Angry Pollock is a very strong light defense, and walking the flag out on him, especially by yourself, it's just not going to happen. As he conks out Semtex, who's trying to get away with it again, and Angry Pollock is right there to duel out Semtex. He does go down to Vertical, but Pardon is here to back him up a little bit. Pardon and Vertical are now going to duel for this flag just in front of midfield. Unho shows up and Lazy come crashing back in, so they were able to get that flag returned. Meanwhile, on the other side, the flag is out, but it does go down. Didn't see who grabbed it for kOut, but looks like the flag got about the exact same distance on the other side, so both teams are able to return their flag.
Ego flexing their versatility muscles here is Pliff, Vertical, and just basically everyone just coming in on these routes that are decently fast. Everybody kind of knows how to cap, and they're keeping kOut on their toes in regards to just not letting them get set up and spot the cappers as they're spawning because there's just so many coming in. Semtex is coming in. Little was actually able to shut him down pretty effectively, as Little is a very renowned sniper. So he is doing a great job of shutting down this multiple cap, but Qualm is completely coming in full. Gonna take a few snipes here, but he's decently healthy. He's gonna divert from his route though and bounce a grenade off of Angry Pollock's face. Too bad we don't have proxy nades. And there goes the offensive push for Ego once again.
Yeah, and on the other side, Hootie Shoops managed to get a stop there too, I think.
Scary doing a great job of dueling Amor in that midfield, just not able to get him suppressed though, as the sniper is going to help Amor take down pretty much anything. Meanwhile, Vertical has been alive on that sniper cliff for so long.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to see that they're putting a little more pressure on Little this time around.
Absolutely, and they're doing a great job of suppressing him. Is Vertical going to do that nug hunting loadout where he's just going to stay alive forever with that Juggernaut class, and they just keep feeding him nugs, so it's not going away anytime soon. Meanwhile, Pliff coming in on a route. I think he missed, it looks like. No, he diverted to kill Angry Polak, I believe. And Pliff gonna die. Vertical coming in, trying to move that flag as Juggernaut, just not able to do it as he is kind of fat.
Alright. We got a mortar duel going on over here on the Ego side. Hootie Shoops versus Unho. Here they got a mortar duel.
Yeah, I was paying attention to that too a little bit there. I just saw mortars flying across the field. There goes Simtex running out to him now, gonna stop that.
Shepard gonna try to return that, which means he's not on a route, but just not able to do anything. But Shepard gonna land a midair that takes not one, but two of Ego's offensive pushers out. So a very effective, cost-effective, at least, disc midair there is, hopefully they don't have to pay for all of their discs.
It seems like both teams' defense are doing really good here. It seems like the offensive side isn't too strong on either teams right now.
I expect to see a more classic strategy come out from both teams here pretty soon, because both of them will start to get impatient with this turtle that they have going on right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I think kOut is playing decently classic right now, but I think they benefit from a little more flag movement as they're just not putting enough pressure on that Ego sniper to be effective here. As Inferno hasn't had anyone on him for quite a while. Scary staying on his side of the field actually for the offensive push, just due to the pressure that Ego is exerting.
And this is one of the setbacks to a classic map like this. It's either really exciting or really boring.
Meanwhile, Qualm's coming in. Little gonna put some crazy snipes on him and get him incredibly low, but Qualm gonna be out very low with that, and he's gonna get chained down by Angry Polak, putting a great showing on in this map. Simtex gonna try to keep that flag bouncing, but not gonna be able to do it as Pliff is coming in, and Angry Polak's gonna return it right in front of him.
I do think that is the furthest the flag has gotten away from its stand so far. 17 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Still no score on the board. Both teams are showing a really strong defense on Ars Novena. Like I said, this is one of those maps that is either very, very exciting or very, very boring. Both teams are trying to push across, but the offenses are going to meet each other out here in the houses and in the city out here. So both teams are down to one player for offense, but those players decide they're going to leave each other alone and get back to the task at hand.
Yeah, Ego's looking really good on this push right now. Actually, they've got 3 people.
Crazy. They moved such as a unit. Like, they came out with that 5. Amor kind of helped them. And, they pushed out, and then they were able to crash on that flag stand just as 3 people completely without taking damage.
Now,
meanwhile, kOut doing something similar, though, is they're going to get some flag movement, and Scary going to take it midair to someone's face, I think, and then just immediately drop.
Yeah, it seems like Ego wasn't really running a capper that time. I think they were just hoping they could just maybe walk it out, but they kind of met in the midfield there, kind of took out their speed, momentum out a little bit.
It looks like Ego just kind of gave up on running that whole capper idea. It looks like they're going to try to push some of that cluster and offensive half route home, which I've seen them do before. Quite a while ago, I believe they were practicing it against us on Team like Zen or something. And, this was another very effective tactic that, our defense just had nothing to do to stop it.
All right. I am happy to announce that Qualm is leaving on a route in a Pathfinder right now. So
That's a miracle.
Here comes Ego. Here comes their cappers.
Yeah, and it looks like Simtex is coming in right now, but he's going to get taken out. He's a little early right now. It looks like actually
have that sniper down, though, and he's going to do a great job of suppressing Little. And Qualm's just going to run into the side of the base. Whoopsies.
Yeah, but if you didn't notice, they have a Vertical on a back route right now, too. So it looks like Qualm's going to maybe try to buy some time for him to come under the base.
And if Vertical isn't spotted here, they could bounce this in the wrong spot, but it looks like they're just going to kind of blindly bounce it away. Pliff trying to move it, but Vertical just not going to be able to grab it in time. But he is going to get a thrust lamp off of this, and he's going to get an impulse, and what that's going to do is let him move it to the midfield, and Lazy not able to grab that, and so Qualm is going to be able to field this. Maybe, no, he takes a ton of damage, but Simtex coming in, going to grenade someone, but
yeah,
just ultimately going to take a disc.
A lot of kOut right there. I don't think there's a chance for Ego on that play.
Yeah, but I think we have a new furthest distance from the stand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's getting better for sure. Qualm's starting up another right route, it looks like, and then Vertical's starting up another route right behind him.
And both offense for Ego are going to split that map, and it looks like Simtex is going to be on that sniper. Going to get fidgeted pretty hard by Uno, and Little's going to be putting some snipes on him, but he probably has a pretty good beat on where these cappers are going on the right side of the field for Ego, or for kOut. There we go.
For kOut, yeah, because you got Shepard and Scary over there, but it looks like Inferno's already spotted him.
Vertical is out with the flag. He's going 270. He has only 250 health left. He does finally break midfield.
Yes!
He is on his side of the map. He's almost made it home. He has 97 health left. He drops the flag off. Pliff tries to grab it. It bounces over. It goes over Pliff, bounces next to Hootie Shoops, and falls to the Aqueduct behind the base, which gives kOut time to grab the flag and get it off the stand for the E-grab. Scary has the flag. He's got some help from Unho. They're going to walk it out. They're going to get just out to about midfield. I should expect to see a mortar from Hootie Shoops any second now, but it didn't make it all the way across. He punted the flag down, and now kOut has the flag on their side of the field as well, surrounded by nothing but teammates. And on the other side of the map, Ego has the flag, and he's surrounded. Pliff has the flag for Ego, and he's surrounded by nothing but teammates. So we go from we have 10 minutes of nothing to standoff.
Very nice.
So if it's anything like the last standoff at another 10 minutes of nothing, huh?
Well,
Ego
we'll
getting right on that crash though. Holy cow, they're fast. kOut
Yeah,
had very little time to kind of get set up there, as Ego was already crashing on top of them. But the unfortunate part of that is that kOut had no time to spread out, so Ego just ran straight into the kOut offense as well. So tons of kOut defense at the moment, as you know, Ego's going to struggle to get this offensive push. But Qualm coming around, he could get this return, as Little is pretty low. Pliff also coming into support with those impact grenades.
There's and he is going to get the... It is out. It is out.
Yeah, it's actually really good for Ego that they have so much D right now. I mean, their Ego's D can pretty much sit back while they get the return, and it looks like Qualm's about to take him out here. Qualm might get the return here. Little can't take him out.
If we look for a second just how good that was, hang on. Because Inferno
hang on. I want to go ahead and interrupt you here. Scurry grabs the flag and does get the E-grab, and he punts it out to about midfield. Anchor Pollock is out there for kOut. He's going to go ahead and grab the flag and keep trying to move it across. So Ego was not able to score right there. Sorry to cut you off there, Silver, but we had esports happening, and that time they were able to get the return and get the point. So you were saying
that Inferno was able to immediately pick up that there was someone low that was about to receive that flag, and so instead of sniping the current carrier, he trusted Qualm to kill that carrier and instead sniped the receiver, which meant that that flag was going nowhere to any kOut member. And so some great evaluation, coordination, and teamwork by Ego, as they were able to very, very easily get that flag back on that offensive push with only 3 people.
You can definitely see the trust in Ego's team for sure with their plays like that.
Yep, 12 minutes left to go on the final map here for the night, and there's only 1 point on the board, and that's Egocentric was able to get the first point on the board for RS Novena. So both teams are reset here. Ego's offense is already on the other side there, and they are starting to crash. Qualm is grabbing the flag, going left to right. He's at just about 200, but he has only 140 health. However, he isn't a soldier, so he's a little more resilient. He stops right as he's on his return and tries to pass the flag back, but misses the pass. So now the flag is just sitting there wide open for Simtex to pick it up midfield. Pollock is going to bounce it out of his way, so now these two are going to duel for it. Pollock gets his regen, he takes it and hits him with a bolt, so Simtex punts the flag forward, and there's Qualm going the other direction to pick it up right out of the midfield, right out of the air. He's going the wrong way, but he's got plenty of health. He's at 478. He's got 130 speed, so he's like he's cutting around going the other direction, so he's going to try to come down the backside of this hill.
Looks like he's taking some snipes, though. He's going to stop here and wait for his team to maybe come reinforce him a little bit.
He does miss the punt, though, and that's going to cost him. He could have gotten it over that hill to a very low health vertical, who might have been able to play it and get another punt, but instead Little's going to get that return, and this is going to set kOut up to score. kOut had nobody on the stand at that time, so Simtex is going to get that E-grab, and Amor is going to exert some insane pressure on this as he's going to land some conks and get that flag moving, but ultimately just not able to get that return. Meanwhile, Simtex on their side of the field now. It looks like Ego is probably going to transition into a standoff if they can't get it back in this push.
Yeah, that'd be the smart thing to do, but right now they've got 3 offense right there. It looks like Pardon's about half health, a little lower now. Vertical coming in, and it looks like a Light going to try to get a conk in right here.
Yeah, I don't think I can call this a standoff just yet because Ego is still putting a lot of pressure, but now the pressure does get cleaned up. kOut does have the flag secured. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ego is now taking some pressure from kOut, trying to get their flag home. Simtex grabs it up as it gets passed up to him, and now Little looks like he's the only one left for kOut. Ego's going to bring it up to the top of their sniper hill over here, and looks like we are going to be set up in the second standoff now, because looks like everyone is going to go to standoff at this point. The flag gets dropped off, and Amor's going to hang on to it for Ego. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Ego offense is already here. Pardon is way up in the air with the kOut with the flag. He's got pretty good health, though. He's at just still over 1,000. He is going to pan the flag off to Angry Pollock, who is full at 1,400. And Pollock is usually their flag holder during standoff anyway, so I'm not surprised to see that pass off there.
Yep.
And
on the other side of the field, they just cleaned up Lazy there. Simtex and Amor. It looks like they're going to go over to the V-pad, to the standard
this might be
standoff
dangerous
position.
for Ego. They're walking right into what looks like a pretty vulnerable position. They're all pretty clustered, and Scary's going to have some great mortars on these guys. If he can land a mortar that, you know, severely cripples at least one member of their team, hopefully Little, Lazy, and Shepard can kind of pin that person against the wall and against that corner of the map and get that return. And Shepard is going to sneak up behind him and try to get that conk. And the flag is loose, bouncing right over Scary there as he is just about able to get it. Shepard throwing some conks in vain, though, as he's going to drop down. That light just not going to be as resilient. Lacy's still alive here and tries to mortar someone just to get the final kill, but just not able to do it. So we're dangerously close, but Little, stuck in that Sentinel class, just not able to swoop in and get that return. Meanwhile, on the kOut side of things, on that kOut standoff, there are 3 very low health members. All 3 defense were dropping incredibly low as Qualm was still there, but Qualm just not able to advance up that hill as all of the kOut offense unit respawned and assisted the defense.
one thing you should really pay close attention to when you're watching Egocentric in a standoff is just watch how they pass the flag. A lot of times when the flag comes out of their hands, it's on purpose. They are passing the flag to one of their teammates who has more health or who is in a better position. Because now Hootie Shoops is out here all by himself, and you see he drops the flag off perfectly for Syntax to pick it up right in front of Scary, who was unable to get the flag. So once again, a beautiful pass by the Ego players keeps the flag on their side of the field. Syntax is now isolated out here by himself, but Amor comes up from behind to get the kill out, and there's another pass to Amor. So once again, Ego's ability to pass the flag saves him.
Yeah, very nice.
Meanwhile,
on the other side of the
defense,
field, yeah.
Angry Pollock dropping incredibly low, but take great positional advantage there in the aqueduct for the time being. Gonna
Ego
keep
has
himself low. Hootie Shoot swooping in, trying to return, but that flag is gonna bounce right into the Ego defense.
And I don't see any crash on the way. They're already starting to shoot the stand. That's kind of an old habit considering infiltrators aren't around anymore. But yeah, Egocentric able to put point number 2 on the board with 7.5 minutes left to go here. I do see that kOut does have their generator up now, so I'm hoping we see some strikes maybe?
Has their generator actually gone down?
I haven't noticed.
No, I don't believe the generator has gone down. And you know what? I haven't really seen many force fields from Pardon either. Maybe they're just clearing it up enough. Looks like Vertical actually just cleared up Pardon. Maybe he's going to set up for someone sliding. And there's Qualm coming in on the left. Looks like maybe an Aqueduct bounce. And he's out clean with this.
1,400 health. Oh my god!
Wow,
That
what a nice conk.
Whoa!
Very nice conk by Pardon.
Just swoops in and lands some very choice conks into that aqueduct. That's the problem with that route, is that there's walls on all sides of you. It's very hard to miss conk nades if you're aware that person is going into that aqueduct.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, but
so Pardon's still making a phenomenal play there, as he wasn't there to make the stop on the stand, so he decides to chase it out and get it back that way. And finally, we see that Ego Shrike come up here. This might seal it for kOut, as the Shrike is going to be pretty powerful.
yeah, I was gonna say Pliff coming up in that strike. He's going straight for the sniper. It looks like too. Gonna try to get his eyes off of the cappers.
And he's going to immediately start harassing Little and keep him from spotting Qualm, but Little will have nothing of it, as Little is going to land that first snipe on Qualm and take him out. Meanwhile, Pliff looks like he's poised for a strike grab, but the Ego offense choosing to move that flag instead, and he does not want to give that strike up that easy.
Nope, he's just gonna kind of play more of a support role right now. He's putting a lot of damage on the sniper. I mean, he's one chain right now. He's probably spotting Scary over there on the right too, so...
And he's doing a great job of just disrupting people too. People can't reliably stay somewhere safe. They're never safe. And so what that's doing is it's keeping, the Ego Ego defense, or kOut defense on their toes. But meanwhile, Scary out on a very fast route. Holy cow. I don't know how Ego did not see him, but he is out very quick, and it looks like there is nothing that Ego's going to be able to do. Vertical, crashing in vain. Holy cow, that strike swoops into the box, but just not able to do it. Probably running safe fall, maybe? I don't know what happened there.
He had to have been running safe fall. Looked like a body block. But Simtex is going to grab the flag going right to left, but Pollock is right there with a conk to put him right down and put a stop to that. The flag looks like it's kind of hovering here.
Fulham coming in on a flag, or on a field grab, but Angry Pollock sees him coming in and is gonna conk. And actually, Pliff sacrifices Shrike there. Some miscommunication by the Egocentric offense as he went in on the Shrike grab and Simtex just grabbed it right away.
Yeah. It looks like kOut's got tons of D on their field. They're just going to make sure they're secure in this, and they're going to reset for their next run.
Which is exactly what they need to do. They need to take a second to step back and say, what did we do just now that worked?
Yeah, I mean, there's only 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. I mean, they really need to try to secure another flag cap and then see what they can do from there.
These Ego caps are getting shut down by Little. It's worth noting that he is just relentless in the amount of cappers that he has snipped out this map.
Yeah, if we compare the two snipers, we have Little with 31 kills and Inferno with only 25, so Little's winning that race.
But meanwhile, Amor nearly 40 kills as LD, just a monstrous force on LD, just pushing out and keeping that kOut offense so far away from the stand. It's very difficult for kOut to poise and take out really anything on the Ego defense as Amor just chases that offense around.
Yeah, definitely, and the Ego offense right now is doing a really good job of disrupting the stand. It looks like Qualm's going to be coming in for maybe a back right, but he just got spotted, it looks like, from maybe Scary or Little.
Spot is no good when there's nobody on the stand, so he's going to get out with it at half health. He's going 180. He is going to make it out to midfield. There is some chase from Angry Pollock. He's hot on his tail, but the conk hits the aqueduct and doesn't hit Qualm, so he's going to make it back to his side of the world. I don't see any other crash. I do see Pardon coming in. Little's coming in. Pardon is crashing in. He does go down, though, to some chain by Hootie Shoops. The flag is out. It's on top of the base here, and Angry Pollock comes right over Simtex's head and gets the return before they're able to get that point on the board. So now Unho going for the opportunistic grab and punt. So he grabs the flag and shoves it out down into the creek here, just at about midfield, which is going to send out Amor, Qualm, and Ego to retrieve it.
Oh, Angry Pollock right now. I think he just hit that the glitch on the back of the base. Look at him. He's way up high right now.
He's going to be falling down as it looks like he was going to try a grab, but Amor going to just stand under him and get the midair. Amor making it look very easy. Meanwhile, Simtex bringing out that grab bike.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll try to make some plays with this. I don't know if it's to get him across the field safely or to, and it looks like it is to get him across the field safely, but he could have used that and used that speed to grab.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I think it's just a route to the sniper. I mean, and plus the sniper can't snipe him off the grab cycle reliably. So I mean, it's a good little strategy.
Well, Simtex came crashing into the stand. He pressed F a few times, but Pardon was standing right there with the Titan launcher, was able to take him down. Qualm grabs the flag. I don't know if he meant to do that. So he grabs the flag, but he has a hold of it, so he passes it out to Pliff. Once again, a beautiful pass by Ego. So now Pliff is starting to take it up in the air. He gets blasted by Pliff in the Shrike, and he does go down.
Scary doing a great job on that Shrike to help his defense there. He did an incredible amount of damage to the Ego offense.
We should probably take note. There's a minute and a half left in this game.
Oh,
minute and a half left. So Unho is out for kOut with the flag. He's got 825 health. He's coming down the front hill, which gives him about 150 in the speed department. He's going to launch up over toward the aqueduct. He's going to punt it up over the aqueduct. He does get a nice punt. It does take a favorable bounce for his team. Angry Pollock is going to fish out, grab the flag, so he has it in his hand now. Looks like he just has vertical and Pliff to beat to get back to his stand. He does take a lot of chain. He does pass the flag up to Pardon.
And a perfect catch by Pardon.
The tying cap, so a minute left to win this one for either team, or we do go into overtime. kOut showing they can pass the flag too, as they do a great job with the punt, the recovery, and then the pass up to the stand. So kOut is moving the flag now too, so it's like the last minute's going to be pretty rough here. Both offenses are meeting each other at midfield. The flag is here, and then Vertical does have it for Ego. Lazy goes down, so Ego does have the flag. He's got some Vertical has some escort from Pliff, but he's got some chase from Unho, and the chase is just too far away. The escort goes down, leaving a Vertical all by himself.
Yeah, and on the other side of the field, kOut's looking great right now. I mean, they've only got Simtex and Amor, but it looks like Simtex just got the return. Oh my goodness.
So now Vertical's going to try to make it in here, but he's not going to beat Angry Pollock, who gets the E grab going back to front. Good grab by Pollock. He's going to make the flag. He's going to take the flag out to midfield. He is going to get away with it. So the Ego defense, the Ego flag defense does back off into that standoff, and now looks like Angry Pollock is going to go ahead and come back up to the sniper hill for his team. So I think we could call this another standoff as we do go into overtime here now. So standoff to start off overtime. Ego's offense is already here. Inferno is here sniping at him. Pliff is on his way. Qualm is on his way. Vertical's on his way. They're all here. So Ego is on the charge early in this standoff. They want to put this one to bed quietly and quickly.
Definitely. It looks like they've actually sent out Little to do some O-sniping this time too. So that could be a big problem for Ego's side if they don't counter that.
Scary trying to do some sneaky shenanigans, trying to come up behind them as kOut offense having a little trouble getting poised here. kOut does not want to lose that flag, and so they're going to stay D'd up. Yeah. Scary and Little probably going to be the only two that push on this offensive push, unless another one peels off and decides to crash down the field at the last minute. But looks like they are poised to go in.
Yeah, Qualm's getting some really good Mervs in right now. He's doing a really good job distracting. If they could just get one or two more people in the offense right now. Looks like Inferno is going to try to come in here and shut down Lazy and Angry Pollock, as well as Pliff and Vertical are coming in behind him too.
So I think kOut is in a really bad spot right now. They need something, and I don't know what it is, because they just the Eagle offense crash right here is just so strong.
Yeah, it looks like Pliff might get this return right up here. He dead stops. Looks like or something.
The flag is out. It was actually dropped this time. It wasn't passed. Hoodoo Shoops is able to get the recovery for Ego. So Ego is taking some pressure here. The flag is home for them. Unho is here. He does get the kill, and the flag is out. The flag is still out. Qualm picks it up, and they're able to finally get cap number 3 and finish off map number 3. So that one started off kind of slow, but ended up strong with a nice little stint into overtime there with the standoff. So map number 3 does go to Ego. All 3 maps do go to Ego. kOut does get some points on the board for the group stages, and I think I saw in chat a moment ago that the group stages are just about over now, huh?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
All right, so I'm going to beg everyone for interviews now, so I'll start getting people down into the channel.
Some great games from
that snipe was the play of the entire series.
That was. I'm just gonna take a second to reflect on that snipe. What happened was Qualm was out on one of those aqueduct bounces, and what happened is Little was able to wait until Qualm was just very prime for the picking, and picked him off right as he went through that city.
Prime
very
had the dick and
opportunistic.
more like it.
That was a really good snipe for sure.
Yeah, they had 2 good plays in the aqueduct actually. Pardon spawned at the aqueduct when I got out and got, I guess, lightweight. Rage for sure, chase on me that I thought I was sure I was out. Full health soldier. He had clutch chasing there.
Yeah, it was nice.
So I don't know who we should start with. Ego, what do you guys think of kOut, like as far as their showing in that specific in that series? They were kind of the underdogs there. What do you guys think?
We walked into the game confident, but we knew that they, we've scrimmed them recently. We know they're a really solid team. We know that their arcs play is phenomenal, and as they showed tonight, they played really well. Their defense, at least from an offense capping perspective, their defense was playing really well tonight.
And,
yeah, we noted that a couple times.
Absolutely. Is there anything that they did you think that was just absurdly effective against you guys?
They played very standard and very well. Their offense was very defense-minded, in that as soon as a run was over, regardless of whether or not it was successful, they came home and played defense like every single situation, not just for standard play, but also for standoffs. It was extremely effective. It also came to bite them in the butt once, though, but otherwise it was really good. It was really good play. They have very good coordination and good synergy, so to speak.
What did you think of the standoffs? They were both very, very lengthy standoffs, the 2 in particular on Arcs and Drydock. What was going through your head as you exceeded kind of like that 5-minute or that 4-minute mark on the standoff on DX?
I'll let someone else answer this if they'd like.
Standoff that wouldn't end.
It felt like we were going to lose it every time on DX. Like they would get full surrounds, and we were like, oh god, we are so boned. Like I felt that almost every single run, and then somehow we just weaseled out of it with flag passes and people spawning. It was intense.
Someone made a comment in the chat saying you guys were the Harlem Globetrotters. You guys were just getting the flag to each other like amazingly. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I was surprised it worked at all as much as
Were
it
you
did.
were you guys looking to make as many flag passes as you did?
Yes.
No, well, they were mandatory. They were mandatory.
Just because of the way I end up playing standoffs, I can't chain well all of the time, so I just keep movement minded, burn the clock, and get spawns, and just try to survive. I'm like microing or standoff D half the time, just telling us to slide left or right, and we're trying to call and focus down specific people. It just through all the practice, it just became natural to do as many passes just out of survival. If we did not have that, we would have lost a flag a lot more than we ever did.
Yeah, for sure. Those were vital. You're right.
Do you have any words of the wise to kOut? Just something that you think they would benefit from both games or all three games, knowing?
Just from my little stand, it felt like their offense was getting frustrated and were starting to become a little separated towards the end. But despite that, Rising Legend made 2 strong like soldier grabs or fast O grabs. So if they continue to do that and work that into their play more properly, then they're going to find that they're going to be a lot better at that map.
All right, well, thanks, guys. And is there anything else you guys want to say before we let you off?
How about we
I'm
do
the
shout-outs
best.
for each person?
Yeah, GG's to kOut for sure. I think that they've come like a tremendously long way, and I think they're looking really strong right now. I mean, that Arcs map was, they had an extremely good defense on that map, and you know, I think the other maps, it was really just coming down to some like flag play, you know, chemistry stuff where, you know, Ego's just able to kind of toss the flag around well and get some kind of frankly lucky plays as well. But I think their fundamentals on kOut are very solid. Their fragging ability is very solid, and I think that it wasn't really like anything like that that was giving Ego the win. It was just some kind of like timing, coordination, chemistry type stuff. So I think with some more time together, kOut is going to be breaking into that top tier if they can stick together.
All right, well, thanks, guys, for tuning into the interview. And
Can we do shout-outs?
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
All right, why don't we start with
I'm
Amor?
about to start doing my thing here, so yes, I'm going to start running down the list here. So Amor, go ahead and do your shoutouts for me, please, sir.
I'd like to give a shout out to all the people out there that support me for my endeavors and tribes. I hope to one day become the esport king and rule the world.
Well, if you keep playing
I'm the
LD
best.
like that, you just might make it there. All right, Inferno, anyone you want to shout out to?
Shout out to MIA and UFR. You guys are awesome.
Always.
Yeah.
Damn, UFR, hell yeah.
Oh,
bro.
yep. Yeah, shout out to you guys for doing all the casting stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, you did great on Catabatic. That's one thing I wanted to tell you.
Well, thank you.
David?
All right, David, yep.
I've said my piece. Shout out to
Yeah,
kOut.
same
Good games. Shout out to the casters for catching the action.
All right, Hootie, anyone you want to say hi to?
I love everybody.
We love you too, Hootie. Simtax, you're up, brother.
Watch my show every Monday at 9 o'clock.
Yes, I will plug you when I'm going through my plugs at the end. Quam,
I'll
anyone
plug
you want to
you.
shout to?
Wait, and I want to shout out to Aya because he's an incredible camera person. He's
Yep.
like the best.
Quam, anyone you want to say hi to? You want to say hi to Mom?
No, but I will do my shout-outs. Shout out to kOut. You guys played incredibly. Thank you for the scrims over the past few weeks as well. Shout out to my team for being awesome. Shout out to the casters. Shout out to Tower Tribe. They're on top. And of course, shout out to Denial, but more specifically, a shout out to my homeboy Remix, who's still too afraid to 1v1 me in StarCraft. Just saying.
Nice.
All right, so Prism, you go ahead with yours.
Oh, I just want to say thanks for having me, man. Thanks for letting me cast. It was fun. Thanks for the teams for being good. GG.
Silver?
We're
almost out of runs.
Shout out to TCN. I'm gonna keep it short. Thanks for letting me on. It was a great time casting with you guys tonight.
I can't wait till we do it again. Aya, is there anyone you want to shout out to? Oh, they still can't hear you. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and do my shout outs to the people out in chat for giving us an audience to do this for. And of course, we always appreciate everything that y'all do for us. Shout out to both teams. Good games from both teams. Ego coming our way with a pretty good solid showing here. And kOut is still pretty strong, so I expect to see the elimination rounds coming up in the next couple of weeks here to be pretty good. There's only one more group stage match left to play, and that's going to be TXM versus Triumvirate. I don't know when that one is scheduled for. Check out the website natribes.com for all that information. For the information on the next EUTL match, go to gameshrine.org and check out all the information there. My name is Annijeyn, and for TCN and all my co-casters here, we're going to say good night. Go check us out, twitch.tv/TribesCastNetwork. Of course, right here, twitch.tv/TribesAscend is where you're going to get all the esports Tribes Ascend action from both the NATL and the EUTL. Y'all have a good night, everybody. Talk to you later.
Swag, swag, swag.